G'day guys, welcome back to SuperCoach with DR and welcome to my rapid fire round 1 NBL SuperCoach review. Not a bad start to the season, 245 for a round score, overall 1,296. Now remember, when you look at the rankings here, there's only just under 18,000 teams playing. So, a top 1,000 ranking in NBL SuperCoach is nothing like it is in AFL SuperCoach, but all in all, can't really complain. What you'll find with this game is the fact that you've only got 10 players in your squad, 5 on field, lots of highly owned players to start the season. Score's going to be pretty similar, and 5, 10, 15 points here and there will really rocket you up in the rankings at this stage of the season. So if you haven't had the best start, don't worry too much. A very, very long way to go. So as I say, guys, going to keep this rapid fire. Let's see how the team's actually looking. Alrighty, let's get into it. So on field, up forward, Darius Days with 43, Jack White with a 19. White, very, very highly owned, hyped up player in the preseason. Some are already losing the faith and trading him out this week. And look, I must admit that part of me is tempted to, but I selected him for a reason. On the double, hopefully he'll repay the faith and do much better than 19. But still keep in mind that 19, that's a cost price, so it's not like he's going to be losing cash here. It was just a little bit of a disappointing debut, in my opinion, anyway. But Darius Day's quite the opposite. Now, what I really liked about this pick was his multiple ways to score, multiple avenues to score. Ended up getting a double-double. So I think it was 20 points, 12 rebounds, a couple of steals thrown in there as well. So very, very happy with my man. Also on a double this week, which is nice and handy. Aldridge, fantastic from him. Now, these are little things in NBL SuperCoach. If you have him on field instead of Jack White, then you're really shooting up the rankings here. I don't know many that would have done that, but I do know a lot that had both White and Aldridge, two very highly owned players. But we are stoked with Lockie Aldridge and his 32. Illawarra do have a double this week, which is really handy. But if you look at the fixture, lots of singles coming up after that. So my plan is just to hold on to him for as long as possible. If he makes his money, I could trade him out, or you could just even hold him all the way. That's probably a bit of a stretch, but at least we've got options with Lockie Aldridge, given the fact he's looking to score really well here. Lupepe, my bargain pick here, only the 10 points, and he didn't do a heap in the second half. This guy is an absolute beast, but at the price there, 10 is okay, but he did get some pretty nice minutes, so pretty happy there, all good. Oliver with 31 on field, again, very highly owned player. Didn't really know what to do in the center. If you went with your Harrison type pick, you're probably a bit disappointed, so lucky I stayed safe with the Oliver selection. All happy at the end of the day. Rocco with a 5, not tappy Jan at all about this. Now, given the fact he's again on a single this week, I may look to move him on. We'll talk about that in a sec. I did start with Bryce, as you know, 42, pretty happy with that as a captain, but what is disappointing is the fact that he basically did nothing in that last quarter. Could have easily been a 50 plus, and that extra, 16 points could have gone a long way for me, getting at least inside that top 1,000. Illy, very impressed with him for his 31, coming on the double this week, and that's a big reason why I started Shea Illy. I think he's at a pretty decent price, around the 250 mark, and I think for that price, he'll deliver a lot more on the scoreboard for us. So happy with that selection. Glover and Hickey, both pretty underwhelming for me. I'm going to hold on to them this week, given the fact that they also have the doubles. But yeah, at least one of these blokes will likely be moved on next week anyway, I think. So let's talk about trades. Now, before we do, I've done a little bit of homework here, gone completely old school. There are some great charts and everything out there on X, but I've decided just to do this myself. Now, I don't expect you to be able to see that really, really well or anything there. But basically what I've done is I've got all the teams there with the fixtures around 2 to 20 and really focused on when these doubles are coming up. So I've focused on really putting the, what would you say, the nice stretches of doubles, let's just say 3+, highlight them in yellow, 2 doubles in a row, highlight in green. So I've got my own little color code system here. But basically what it allows me to do is to know when I need to get certain players in, and it will allow me to plan or prepare for that. So I think my strategy at the start of the season is going to be a lot different to what it was last year. I don't think I focused enough on banking coin or making money like you would in your traditional form of SuperCoach or AFL SuperCoach. I focused too much on just trading single game players for double game players and looking for that on-field score, not worrying too much about what's happening on my bench. But I think that what I need to do this season is actually make the money in order for me to be able to bring in these real guns before they're really nice stretches of doubles, particularly later on in the season. So that's going to be my strategy, I think, for now anyway. So I'm going to use 2 trades this week, and I did have a couple of options with Cotton. So end up keeping him until round 3 where he's got his double, or trading him out and then trading him back in. I probably think that's what I'm going to do here. Excuse me, because there is a bloke on a double this week who I think is very, very hard to pass up, and that's Jalen Adams. Now, what I like about Jalen is the fact that his break even is really, really low for what he's projected to score. Again, we know that that's not always the way it works out, but based off what he did in round 1, he could absolutely smash this double this week. A great captaincy option. And because he's got that double, his price is actually going to rise, whereas Cotton having single, his price won't rise until the week after. So I could even get Adams in this week, hope that his price does rise, and then be able to buy Cotton back, make money at the same time, and also get an absolute star of the competition on a double game week. So that's one trade that I'm definitely going to make here, is Cotton to Adams. And it's also going to give me 68,300 in the bank. Now, I don't have to make another trade. The bloke I'd really, really love to get in here is actually Rob Lowe. I just can't do it, though, because I'm not willing to trade, obviously, Oldbridge. Don't have the money to do it here. I could trade out Jack White for him, but I'm holding the faith on his double. Day's obviously not. Oliver, I'm happy to. This is the bloke that I would love to trade him out for. However, I just don't have enough cash in the bank. I'm like 10, 15K short. So this is what I'm thinking. Now, the reason why I didn't start Benny Henschel was because I wanted to give myself options come round 2 and come round 3 with my trades. Because he's so cheap, I thought he's going to be a really nice selection. I want to allow myself to be able to bring him in, just a guarantee to be able to bring into your side. What did hurt me with that strategy last week or this week was the fact that he scored so well. I didn't think he'd be putting out 27s, and it might be a once-off. I'm not too sure, but he was really, really impressive. So what I'm thinking here is I don't want to trade out any of these guys because they're on their doubles, but Rocco is only on a single and just not looking like it at the moment. Again, a very highly owned player. So what I'm thinking for now is if I trade Rocco out, I can just bring Lockie Oldbridge here. Now, some of you may be thinking, well, why don't you put Oldbridge on field instead of White? I could, and it's certainly an option. I may be silly for not doing so, but by getting Benny Henschel in here, it does give me a little bit of coin to play with when I make my next lot of trades. Another thing that it also allows me to do is use Henschel's DPP. Now, although Benny isn't or doesn't have the double this week, I'm trading out Rocco's single for a Henschel single. And then in round 3, Henschel will actually have that double, whereas Rocco won't. So that's another thing I like about this move. So Adam's definitely going to be the captain. White, I'll probably just hold the faith there as a VC. Day's on the double, Oliver on the double. So the only player I literally don't have on a double this week is Benny Henschel. Do you go Oldbridge over Oliver? Maybe have a look at the matchups, but probably not for me. These two blokes, well, whoever goes the worst, basically, will most likely go out of the side for Lat Mayen the week after. So Lat Mayen has a really low break even at the moment, in very fine form back home, doing really well. I think he popped every 3-point attempt that he put up. So the idea, and I think he's around 130K, is he? Lat? Yeah, so 133K. So the idea would be next week to trade out one of Glover or Hickey for Lat Mayen, bring Henschel into this guard spot here, and then probably go Adams back to Cotton again. Now, if we look at his break even, so it's 46. That's over 2 games. So that's average of 23 a game. Keep in mind that he got a 54 in round 1. So I think that's a solid plan for now. If we look ahead to rounds 3 and 4, you've got Cairns and Adelaide that have the 2 doubles in a row, 3 and 4. I currently don't have any Adelaide players, and next week I'm planning on getting Lat Mayen in as well as Cotton. So Round 3 doubles, you've got Melbourne, already got Illy, obviously White there as well. Another reason why I'd like to get low in, you've got Perth, so I've got Henschel, get Cotton back in. Tassie, won't have any Tassies. Cairns with Lat Mayan, and then Adelaide, currently no Adelaides there. So that's how I'm looking for now. And I just think with Mayan coming in after these two guys doubles, I'm hoping to get even a minimal price rise off both of these, and then just jump on Mayan and then use that DPP of Henschel. Will also allow me, just say when the Pepe is ready, to bring Aldridge back there, for example, or an Oliver back there. So, yeah, I think DPP is going to be really important in this game. So that is it for now, guys. And as I said, captain, I think it's really, really obvious for me. It's Jalen Adams. And the VC, I'm sticking with White for now. So that is it for now. Let me know how you went down the comments section. Let me know if you are actually playing NBL SuperCoach this year. Only 17,000 odd sides, so still time to jump on and create a league with a couple of mates. If you're late on the money, you won't be there for the overall, but I really advise just to give this game a go to work on your basic SuperCoach strategy, particularly for your BBL when that comes up. You can also use it in the AFL as well. So that's it from me, guys. All the best of luck, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, bye.